Welcome to the run-in on BT Sport, and we have just entered SummerSlam week. That means the eyes of the world will be on Las Vegas as 70,000 people descend on the Allegiant Stadium for the biggest party of the summer, headlined by Roman Reigns defending his Universal title against John Cena. And that's not it. It is an absolutely stacked card, including Britain's first ever WWE Women's Champion, Nikki A.S.H, who we'll be speaking to in the second half of the show. We'll also be looking ahead at the enormous NXT TakeOver card on Sunday night, featuring the rematch between Walter and Ilya Dragunov for the NXT UK title. Now, speaking of NXT UK title, it wouldn't be an episode of The Run-In if we weren't joined by the Run-In regulars, NXT UK's Jinny, Trent Seven. How are we both?
Very well.
Ooh!
It sounds like you're very well.
Synced.
We are both very well. How's things with you, Rob?
Yeah, excellent. I'm ready for the biggest party of the summer.
Yes.
Registered trademark.
SummerSlam.
Copyright.
SummerSlam. That's the hand signal for SummerSlam.
the official hand
Yeah,
signs.
official
for
hand
SummerSlam.
signal.
You
You'll
heard
see
it here
that everywhere.
first. Anyone watching SummerSlam, you've got to use
Throw
your
up-
hand sign.
throw up your
A
S's.
Run-In exclusive.
A Jinny exclusive, famously.
Yeah.
Well,
There will be some of those throughout the show, don't worry.
Money in the Bank, though. The return of John Cena, the man in the main event with Roman Reigns. That noise when he came out, wow.
I'm pretty sure it's going to go down as one of the biggest pops ever.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, 100%. I don't know, like, because I've got such an emotional connection to it, the Triple H Madison Square Garden one, that was probably the biggest one I've ever heard from
Yeah,
me.
that was great.
But this was something else, man. For those live fans in attendance, that's worth every single cent of that ticket alone, right?
Literally, watching it through the screen,
Spine
feel
tingling, yeah.
the emotion. Like, it was just absolutely incredible, because obviously everyone's always like, when's this person going to return? When's this person going to come back? And it being so unexpected, it's brilliant.
It's amazing.
And he's got his lovely new Hollywood hair now as well, hasn't he?
Beautiful
Yes.
hair. Oh,
Yeah.
so much more beautiful.
I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
real, like, just salon quality.
Yeah.
That's what I thought when I saw it. Salon quality hair. He's on it, man.
And I'm glad, you know what, we've seen so many people stepping up to Roman Reigns. Now we're seeing someone who's been in the business even longer
Real
than
legend.
Roman. Yeah,
Real
exactly.
legend.
Real legend, future Hall of Famer, who's done so much outside of WWE. He's back to put Roman in his place.
So we're in SummerSlam week, but it's not just SummerSlam we have to look forward to. NXT TakeOver is back. Let's talk through some of the matches there. Let's start off with the NXT title match. Samoa Joe is returning in the ring against Karrion Kross, the champion. How do you see that one going? And also, how good is it to see that Samoa Joe is going to be wrestling in the ring again?
It's so, I mean, me personally, it's incredible to see Samoa Joe back, because it makes me think I'm going to get that match with Samoa Joe maybe one time in my life ever. You know, he's one of the main reasons that I love wrestling so much, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
His performances on the independent scene just before he came to NXT were some of the most incredible performances I'd ever seen as a professional wrestler. And then now you kind of fast forward that onto NXT and how he just lit that brand up as well. His feud with Finn Balor.
Oh, absolutely. And also another unexpected, return.
Yeah, right.
I love it when things just, anything can happen in WWE, and the pop that he got when he came out, you know, he has done so much in wrestling, you know, even outside of WWE, and it's nice to see him come back. And I definitely see him walking out of TakeOver with that title over his shoulder,
I think
100%.
It's time. Yeah, I think it's time. I mean, one way to get under, you know, British or English wrestling fans' skin is to even touch a hair on the hallowed body of William Regal.
Yes.
So,
don't go there.
Yeah,
Just don't go there.
You leave him alone.
Yeah.
You don't touch him.
Yeah.
You don't
60
touch
million,
Regal.
60 million Big Joe fans.
Yeah, you
on
don't
Sunday
touch
night.
Regal. You don't touch Regal.
No.
Touch Regal, you got it coming.
Yeah.
So I think Samoa Joe is going to defend the honour of the United Kingdom as well, to be really honest.
Another title match on the card. Raquel Gonzalez versus Dakota Kai. Best friends
Huge.
turned enemies, and a huge opportunity for Dakota Kai finally getting that NXT women's title shot.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, if you come into this business, you have friends, if you need to stab someone in the back, do it. And I'm glad she done it. I am. Hands down, I have respect for Dakota for doing
Let's
that.
hope they don't want to turn to just one co-host. They're running ever.
Yeah, that was a piercing glare.
Just saying,
What's this?
sometimes you have to just
I like it. I like it.
If we look back though at the history of, Raquel, we were actually in the Mae Young Classic at the same time back in 2018. She's had a huge transformation, and I definitely think Dakota has played a massive part in that.
We also have the $1 million belt on the line that night. The LA Knight versus Cameron Grimes match. Ted DiBiase, he'll be there as well. Cameron Grimes, by the way, is hilarious. And I love him. I don't know how you guys feel.
He's great, man. And like, the character almost, for me, just watching as a fan, just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Do you know? It just came out of nowhere, and I was like, what is this? Like, where's this going? And then boom. The rocket to the moon thing and everything it was just fantastic. Really good stuff. And he's a very funny guy, great with his character.
Yeah,
I think he's brilliant.
He's definitely living his character, which is so nice to see because it's so authentic and it's him.
He's just wild. He's just this crazy dude. And he's going for a title that was retired 25 years ago or something like that. Imagine though winning. Oh, I mean, come on. I mean, the ladder match was pretty cool. Like, don't get me wrong. But like having that it was the belt that you always wanted out of the magazine.
Yeah.
Like when they first started making the replica titles.
Yeah.
And you saw that they were making the replica $1 million title. You were like, imagine having that.
There is also a big match between Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. A very personal feud between those two. A 2 out of 3 falls match. First match, singles match, then street fight, and then, if they need it, cage match. We know that these two are going to deliver, right?
It's 2 out of 3 falls. Kind of like in the same 3 stages from hell situation that we've seen before. But this is the first time this has ever happened on NXT.
First time ever. And it's great because these two actually genuinely hate each other. They've got so much history. Friends come up through wrestling together. They, come to NXT. They were part of a great group, and now they're at war. And the best wars are always within the ones who are best friends.
Talking of war in general, NXT UK is being represented on Sunday night, and it's being represented by these two. It was just round the corner in the BT Sports studio. You guys were there. We were inside. The noise was deafening of those two beating each other up.
Brutal.
And now it's happening again on the big stage with a crowd there. How excited are you about that one?
This is my match of the night.
Yeah.
Like you said, we were there when the first match happened, and it was absolutely brutal. I mean, these two are two of the best right now. They are 100%. They are future legends, future Hall of Famers. This match, I'm so glad that it's in front of a crowd.
I don't know if there's going to be lawsuits after. Like the first one was, it was an attack. There was attacked. It was almost. I was thinking about just phoning the police and just saying, I'm afraid there's some manslaughter going on down here. We need to really get. It was that level of ferocious violence. It was unbelievable. But now they get to go do it over there, and I'm just really happy for them. And I think, in my opinion, in my humble, honest opinion, I think I've got to have Elias back. I have what he went through after that first match. Like he did. I don't know how he's alive, let alone still actively thinking, using his. It was just unbelievable what they put through each other, put each other through. Sorry. So. I've got to back him. I've got to back the crazy Russian guy to just go out there and just bring it home. Let's do it.
I've got to disagree. I have to disagree. I am not going to take anything away. I'm not going to take anything away from Ilya. He is incredibly talented. But the reason why Walter is where he is now, the reason why he's a ring general, the reason why he is NXT UK champion, and he's represented this brand to such a high standard. He really, really has.
I don't know if he's as tough as Ilya.
No.
So then we'll just fight each other.
So we will fight each other.
We'll just fight each other.
And then we'll give the winner of our match, and that will be spoiler.
Can fight the winner.
Yeah.
As a bit of a love letter to the brand of NXT UK, BT Sport made a little short film. We're going to close out to the break with the Origins.
I know you're out there. You always have been. Dreaming. Believing. And when the time is right, the world will see what you are made of, what you were born to do.
1, 2, 3.
Walking in the steps of legends, like heroes that have come before. All the world's a stage. This one is yours. Awaken. Your place in this story is now.
Absolutely no one is going to stop me.
Brace yourself.
Reminded from me. Yes, boy.
After all, you were made for this, weren't you? Built for war. Fighting to show the world who you really are. When the ropes beckon,
What do you say you do again?
answer. When the crowds roar, deliver.
Okay, Trent Seven, time to show them.
And when the lights go out and your heart is ready, take everything you've worked
Ihr habt alle gesagt, es ist unmöglich. Aber der Babo ist angekommen.
and leave it all
Haré que os sintáis orgullosos.
on the mat.
I'll see you out there. I'll see you out there. Get off!
All these competitors have worked their entire life to be here.
Now the world is watching.
The ultimate stage.
Will you make it count?
And he's done it! Off the top rope! Oh my word! The dream becomes a reality!
I know you're out there. You always have been.
Welcome back to the run-in on BT Sport. Guys, what did you think about that? That little film there before we went to the break. Obviously, the star.
The run-in
I think it's one of
co-host.
I'm afraid it's one of those moments where the Trent Seven tears are flowing. That for me is wrestling.
Yeah.
That's wrestling. That's why I wanted to be a wrestler. Because I watched promos and I watched vignettes and stuff like that. And we can all remember that My Way one from the end of WrestleMania 17. That kind of thing. That's what made me want to be a professional wrestler. That's what made me want to work for WWE and be a sports entertainer at this level. And watching yourself on that kind of level of production, that's next level. Oh. Yeah, it was next level. It was great.
While Trent composes himself, gets the emotions back in check. Let's go back to earlier when we were lucky enough to talk to the new Raw WWE Women's Champion, Nikki A.S.H. Okay, so here we are, joined by the Raw Women's Champion, Nikki A.S.H. How are we?
I am doing amazing. Thank you so much, guys, for having me. And yes, let's ready to fly.
Talk me through the roller coaster, Nikki, of emotions between Money in the Bank, winning the title, and now this huge match coming up at SummerSlam as well.
Roller coaster pretty much sums it up. It's been an absolute whirlwind, and I'm on cloud nine. And it's just been so. I'm trying to, I don't know. It's still sinking in. Raw Women's Champion and going into SummerSlam as the Raw Women's Champion, and I'm just beyond excited for SummerSlam. And it's just been a really crazy few weeks.
What's it been like trying to balance kind of everything happening at once? Obviously the Money in the Bank and the title, but the return of fans as well, and you've got the new character going all at the same time. Have you been insanely stressed or just loving every second of it?
Loving every second. I am so, as an almost superhero, I'm really good at multitasking. No, I think I actually think the timing has just been incredible. Coming back at, winning the Money in the Bank match and then cashing in, and that was my first weekend back in front of the WWE fans, and everything that's been going on, back live events in front of our fans, and seeing for the almost superhero, seeing the families and seeing the little girls, like everything is like, I actually just think the timing has been perfect, and it's all came together like a good old steak pie, a good old hot pot.
I remember, when you were on the independents, and for people like myself and many of the women in NXT UK, you are also an inspiration for us. So I just want to say a huge congratulations, because it is truly, truly deserved.
Oh, thank you, Jinny. I appreciate that. And for myself, it's been a journey, and it's just if you believe in yourself and you stay positive and you keep smiling and you just do your best and just make the most of every opportunity and really take the ball and run with it, and I think that that's what the journey for me has been about. When I look back on the last 13 years, it's like looking back on that and being like, all right, like I did something right. You believe in yourself and you just stay positive and just do it.
Absolutely.
I think that for me is the most wonderful thing watching you over the course of the last couple of months. I think if you look back at yourself, 6 months to a year ago and how far you've come on, I think you've done absolutely incredible work, and you deserve everything that you've got.
Absolutely, I 100% agree.
Oh, thank you guys. And for me, I had some of the most fun times of my entire career in NXT, and I'm just so grateful for all of those opportunities. Like the last women's standing match with Asuka, I feel really was a huge turning point for me. And I think for people who maybe weren't familiar with me before, it opened up a lot of eyes, and I'm so proud of that match. Like I'm still so proud of it. It's probably one of my most perfect. As a performer, I always wanted to be perfect, and I'm always really hard on myself, and I always look back on my stuff and I'm like, what could I do to get better? What could be better here? And one of the few matches where I've never thought that is Last Woman Standing. It's one of the few times in my career I was like, oh man, that was perfect. Like I was so happy with that. And I think, you've touched on some good points there. For me, it doesn't matter, been in the industry for 13 years or 10 years or 20 years, 5 years, 6 months, like you should always strive to get better, and you can always learn. And for me, I was never that worker. I was never that performer that, kind of rested on the laurels. It was always like, get better, whether it was in the ring or whether it was, for promos and interviews. The first time I put the costume on, you're doing a new you're trying something new, and there is nerves and there is butterfly. Even though I had full confidence in the idea, I knew it would work, you still have the nerves and you still have the butterflies of like, okay, I'm trying something really new here. But then in all honesty, I put on the cape, put on the mask, put on the costume, and I felt so empowered. I was like, oh, right, let's do this. I'm almost a superhero. Like, and I actually felt this feeling of like confidence. And so for seeing it brought to life, and I knew that it wasn't just the hard work of one person, it was the hard work of so many people, of different departments, so much time and effort and energy. And I hope I wasn't the only one that was so proud and satisfied to see it come to life. I don't think I was.
I have to say, when it comes to outfits, I think the most important thing is confidence. You know, whether it's your wrestling gear, whether it's clothes that you wear every day, or when we're, you know, hosting the run-in, you've got to feel confident. And from me, the fact that you feel confident, I also love the combination of blue and gold. You 100% get the fashion stamp of approval.
Oh, really?
Not many people get that. I just want to point that out.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for one of those, Nikki.
You'll get there one day, but you do.
I am feeling myself. Oh, thank you, fashionista queen.
You're most welcome.
That's just made my day. That's made my entire week. Now I can say to people that almost a superhero, you're Edna from The Incredibles. No capes, but if you don't like, I would keep my cape. But you know, you're like Edna from The Incredibles.
I mean, the fact that you, Nikki, you've taken the title, the Raw Women's title from the Queen. I'm going to just make a suggestion because I actually think this is quite fitting. The fact that you took the title from the Queen, I think that you should actually give another Queen an opportunity to take that from you.
Ooh. Is this
fiery?
This
is fiery stuff. This went from a very good-natured Zoom call to a fierce one.
I understand where she's got. I mean,
a queen always looks good with gold wrapped around her waist. I'm just saying.
I mean, fashionista versus almost superhero. Edna from The Incredibles versus Kick-Ass / Superman. Okay. You know, you just for me, you know, I to your point, we have such an amazing women's division from, you know, NXT UK, Raw and SmackDown. We have an incredible women's division, and I'm like, I am ready to face all challengers.
Ooh. Expect the unexpected.
Always expect the unexpected.
Unexpected.
Yeah, I'm expecting it. I'm waving my hand around, and I'm very much expecting it now. Nikki, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining us, and congratulations once again on grabbing that title.
Amazing.
So amazing to catch up with you guys, and thank you for having me, and let's go for SummerSlam.
Thanks very much to Nikki A.S.H there, but unfortunately, guys, that is all we have time for. My thanks, as always, go to you guys, and you can see Trent and Jinny every Friday night on BT Sport on NXT UK. And of course, you can watch SummerSlam this Saturday on BT Sport Box Office. Go to www.bt.com/Sport Box Office for more information on how to buy that. Guys, SummerSlam week is coming up. It is very busy on BT Sport. We've already seen the Origins. We've got Run-In today. We've got Run-In in another couple of days. We've got What Went Down with Drew and Sheamus. And we also have a very exclusive interview. Ariel Helwani meets Roman Reigns. How about that, guys?
We are a busy team out
here. We are very busy.
We are putting in the graft. SummerSlam weekend, bring it on.
And then we can party, the biggest party of the summer.
Biggest party of the summer. It's almost here. We'll see you next time. Thank you very much.